We're starting to get some early answers on this year's big questions in the NBA season. Here to tell us what it all means are the experts. Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. I'm just your host, Ernie Johnson.
No one's an expert.
Huh?
No one's an expert.
Well, you guys try. We'll watch the visiting squad, the Dallas Mavericks. And guys, for the Mavericks, they were undefeated against this squad last season, going 3-0. We'll see if they can continue that dominance. Let's talk about small forward Chandler Parsons for just a second. He was a great find in the second round back in 2011. Got a big contract now, and Kenny, we go to you. Do you feel he's lived up and is living up to those expectations?
Well, he surpassed his expectations as a second-round pick, but getting a huge contract. He was a vital member of the Rockets before he went to Dallas, and now, he's going to be a first-option scorer. Nah, but he's going to be the guy who gets it done and can get 30 for you, but won't be the first option doing it.
He might be expensive for a glue guy, but he's
It's an all-Western Conference matchup in today's game as the Timberwolves come into town for this one. And get ready for another dose of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, and here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. They're still compensating for the loss of Tyson Chandler.
He was hurt a few weeks back, Kevin, and they just got to find a way to make do without him.
Yeah, and they're still waiting to hear how much longer they're going to miss him.
Ready, gentlemen? Ready?
So Dallas will get the first possession. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the floor for Seattle. Randall out there with Big Daddy. Then there's Red Hot, and it's Law in at the 2 spot. Pass to Trent. Shot clock at 5. Shoots from 14, and he overshot that one, missing. Dallas on defense. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
And they may have been on the road, but you know what? They nullified any home court disadvantage in that game by how well they shot it from 3.
Shooting can always be a great equalizer. I mean, when you shoot like that from outside, it really makes winning on the road a lot easier.
And the Mavericks with possession here. Seattle able to drain the 3, and that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. Adams outside. 6 on the shot clock. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. And he can't hit the second. And here's Seattle. It's a 3-point game. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
And guys, right now, they're starting to flatline, just hanging on here for dear life.
And so here is Dallas after the basket by Seattle. Hansen finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
And so just over a minute and a half played. Randall against Parsons. To the middle. Here's Hansen. Misses the layup. For Seattle, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. And that one's good.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
Here's Trent. 8 points his last outing. Lets a floater go.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Offensive rebound. Here's Randall. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Now, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
And that's why they're on this run. You get that close to the hoop, and it's a lot easier to make shots.
Here's Trent. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. Got a hand on it, and he's able to get it back. Here's Blackwell. And all around the rim that time before dropping in.
Really nice way to get your first bucket of the day.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Caleb Canales and I got a chance to talk for just a bit. He knows they're up against an excellent defensive ball club, and his attention has been focused on planning ways to circumvent that D and keep their offense humming. He said, quote, "It won't be easy. They're a tough team to score on, but this is our first matchup of the season against them. Hopefully we can catch them a little off guard with some of our plays and create some good looks. Guys, let's see the kinds of looks they get."
All right, Doris, thank you. Taking on a defense like the one they're facing today because certainly got their attention.
You know, you have to watch film on them for a few minutes to see how sturdy they are defensively.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, no surprise they spent the bulk of their preparations getting their offensive game plan in place and ready to roll.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
Greg, he got in good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for Seattle.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition. And offensively, they've been struggling. He just wants to get them back into a good flow and stop forcing shots.
Well, Greg, the misses started piling up. Things kind of snowballed on them in that regard. This is a good timeout to kind of calm his guys down and hit the reset button.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
I think he just sees some things that can be improved and wants to get everybody back on the same page.
And usually that, to me, is a good use of the timeout. I mean, if there's something that he's noticed that can give his team a lift, I think he's got to try to take advantage of that.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Anderson's checked in. Here's Trent. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. From the baseline. Dallas, no good that time either.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Good. He's got 7.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
And the Mavericks with possession here. They trail by 14. Left side, Parsons. Adams outside. They need this. And it's Seattle with the rebound.
And, you know, coaches just love players who they can count on to give that effort defensively.
And he clearly is one of those guys, Greg. We saw it right there. Nice work forcing that miss.
Now here's Anderson. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against New Orleans.
And I thought the contribution he made by just generating contact, getting to the line was outstanding, guys. I mean, he picked up a lot of points at the strike.
It's deflected, and that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. Dallas making a switch here. Capella's checked in. 1:19 left here in the opening quarter. Trent can't hit.
It's almost as if there's a lid on the hoop for him right now. He still hasn't gotten one to fall in the quarter.
Cherry can't get it to go.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
It's stolen by Randall. Here's Cherry, covered by Parsons. Cherry's shot is good. Red Hot's got 6 points.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
Count the bucket. Parsons got his first points in this one.
You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's used to
boom! And nobody getting in the way.
Not at all. Major throwdown there.
Kevin, what kind of confidence do you have to even try something like that?
It takes a lot of guts. You're right. He's got him, though. He has got him.
Guys, more than guts and guile, how about the skills to go along with them? That gives you the full package.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. Clock is at 3. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Parsons got his second basket of the night. There's the dish to Law. Lets it go with the 3. No good. Anderson. Domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. Seattle ahead. They lead by 14. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Seattle. Guys?
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
They've got Anderson. And it's Trent in at the 2-guard. So that's who Dallas starts the second with.
You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
And that's out of bounds. Seattle will retain possession.
You can tell that pass just hung in the air for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. Long enough for him to get a hand on it and knock it out of play. Over the last month, let's see how the Mavericks fared in the NBA rankings. Second in three-point field goal percentage. Fifth in field goal percentage. And they're in the top half of the league in blocks. That's pretty good. Not too bad.
You know, you go back to their three-point field goal percentage, some true dead eyes on their roster, no doubt. And that's such a luxury offensively. They have been absolutely lights out.
Now, here's Clarkson. Teardrop shot. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
That's his first foul.
For Dallas, they have missed both of their free throws tonight. 0 for 2 so far. The first one falls. T's checked in for Randall. Both good from the line that time. Seattle leading by 12. Out to the wing. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Here's Trent. No good. Seattle goes the other way with it. At one point, they led by 16. And this is the first time they've matched up with the Mavericks this year.
And we'll see if anything's different this year, because they didn't match up well with this team last year, getting swept in the season series.
And, Greg, not what you'd expect when you look at the standings. I think this game is important to them to try and turn the tables here.
And, Kevin, plays like that are really the reason they've got a nice lead right now. Just a great job on the glass.
And, Greg, the jam and the follow gets their whole bench jumping. Clark, look at them. They are really into it.
Yeah, they sure are. And that's a little salt in the wound there. I mean, they take a miss and turn it into one of the plays of the game. That hurts.
Cherry can't get it to go.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
The 11-footer got a piece of it.
Trailing here in the game, you can look at his performance as a direct indicator of why they're losing.
That's good.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Dallas calls timeout. And Seattle making a change here.
Substitution on the court.
Mavericks trail by 15. Clarkson dishes to Anderson. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Here's the screen. Just 5 on the clock. The three. Got a hand on it. Out of bounds. Seattle will take possession.
A moment here to check out the numbers for Red Hot. The past month has been surreal. Averaging 22 points per, 8 assists, and 8 rebounds. And the intimidation factor that he possesses with his shot blocking and rim presence, really the backbone of their defense.
Yeah, you know, he's protecting the rim like it's his family. I mean, don't even think about going in there.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
Now, here's Clarkson. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Mavericks trail by 17. Pass to Newman. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Misses the layup.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Here's Newman. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. And the basket good.
Effective screen set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
And the first time out of the game called for Seattle. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Cherry uses the glass to finish the layup. Red Hot's got 12 points in the game.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Now, here's Clarkson. Good. Clarkson's got 6 here in this quarter. And so for Seattle, their last game, a loss to the Pelicans. 3-pointer. But they'll get another chance. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. 14 points for Red Hot.
That was the 3rd straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical. Be more aggressive.
The game's just far too easy right now when it comes to attacking the basket. They have got to do better.
Stolen by Anderson. Jumps up. A huge slam. The perfect end of the fast break.
There's that transition offense. Push the ball up the floor. The defense can't get set up, and you can get some easy hoops that way.
And that steal made it possible. And if they can use a few more sequences just like that. How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team. You know, so many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle, and that's held true in this one so far.
And, Clark, their effort on the glass has given them the advantage, but it's also been the effort in general that's made a difference.
Now, here's Clarkson. He's guarded closely. Shot off the pick, and that one comes up a bit short.
Great-looking defense, really, just to disrupt the rhythm on that shot.
Yeah, really turned it from a simple, straightforward look into a very difficult shot.
Now, here's Clarkson. He has 6, and he gets it to go.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Cherry, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Solid work on the back end of that play.
Yeah, finished hard with 2 hands on the stuff.
Yeah, nothing extravagant, guys, but, again, no need on that one.
Here's Newman after the basket by Seattle. There's the feed to Clarkson. And Anderson has it in the corner. Dallas moving it around. Another 3 for Dallas.
Man, that is not an easy shot right there. I mean, he had to get it off over a much taller defender.
Yeah, he needed to add just a little more loft on that one because of the size mismatch, and He did it perfectly.
Clarkson. And so a pretty long.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're going to break down the first half action for you. How about you, Kenny? What did you think about the visiting team?
Well, we have to talk about the unbelievable job they've done rebounding the basketball. They've sent bodies forwards on every possession. They've been a stronger, quicker, tougher team by a wide margin. And it's that dominance on the glass that's going to win them this game.
And Shaq, what did you see from Dallas?
They were brick city, and it was painful to watch. Weak shooting starts to get contagious, and they were struggling all over the place. They got to work on getting more high-quality chances, more layups, fewer prayers.
And that's it for halftime, as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. You know, Red Hot has really been making it happen, guys.
You know, we talk so often about making your teammates better, and his ability to see the floor and then make those passes on time in that first half was the key.
Boy, I tell you what, they say he's not a playmaker, but he certainly is. Fooled me with the way he's performing right now.
Seattle leading by 18. The second half is underway, and here's who George Karl's got on the floor. They've got Big Daddy. He's out there with Randall, and it's Law in a shooting guard. And that's out of bounds. Seattle will retain possession. Cherry passes to Cherry.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
Here's Cherry. Second shot opportunity. Cherry's shot is good. Big Daddy's got the opening bucket to start the second half for Seattle. Mavericks trail by 20. That's tipped. All by himself. Here's Cherry. Look at that jam. I mean, just beautiful.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. No good off the back of the rim.
I love the anticipation defensively there to get into the perfect spot.
Seattle leading by 22. Cherry passes along. Here's Cherry. Here's Ballard. And it's blocked. That's out of bounds. Seattle will retain possession.
Seattle ball.
Here's Cherry. Stolen. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Randall. Ballard ripped away. Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Pass to Hansen. Shoots from 12. Shot's good.
Hansen. The assist. Luke Trent. Timeout call.
Seattle calls timeout.
You know, I think he just wants to tinker with the game plan a little bit, and I think that's a wise timeout.
And part of it, too, Greg, was he saw some things going on out there that he didn't care for.
Mavericks making a switch here. Capella's checked in.
What a beautiful pass to set that one up.
The pass might have been pretty, but the finish, I thought, Clark, angry.
That's a heck of a combination. Pretty pass and an angry punch.
And that's what makes the alley-oop such a terrific play when you're able to execute it.
And the Mavericks with possession here after the basket by Seattle. There's the pick. And Adams kicks to Parsons. Shot clock at 6. Cherry grabs the board. Big Daddy's got 9 rebounds now tonight.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Jay's checked in for Dallas. Nikola Begovic is checked in for Seattle. Here's Trent. Seattle able to drain the 3, and the call will be against Red Hot. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second personal foul.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Dishes it to Adams. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Seattle shooting their 5th free throw of the game here.
Complete domination. What a game for Big Daddy. 11 rebounds, and he's been a brick wall today with all those blocks.
You got that right. He's giving them serious doubts about bringing the ball to the rim.
And the call will be against Red Hot. That's his third foul of the game. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Here's Adams. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
The Mavericks have split their free throws right down the middle so far. They're 2 for 2.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
Guys, their free throw shooting has slipped a bit since last year, but not really to the point where they should be overly concerned about it.
Good on the second free throw. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Kicks it to Pekovic. Here's Cherry. He's got 15, and he gets the bucket.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Parsons outside. There's a good screen. "11 feet away. It's tipped, but he recovers it. Clock at 4. From deep three-point range, Trent can't hit.
And sometimes he can hit that deep three, but it's not a high percentage shot for him.
Yeah, even for him, that's out of his range.
The pass to Cherry from downtown. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for him. Here's Capella. Seattle grabs the miss. Pekovic has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Law misses.
Oh, boy, that would have been a nice alley-oop.
Boy, really liked the thought on that play, but didn't quite get it executed. Almost made a spectacular play.
Stripped it away. And here's the fast break. Randall leading it.
Oh, nasty. Oh, nasty. I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that can't continue. I mean, if they hope to get back in this game, I mean, it's really deflating from a morale standpoint. They need stops and points, not turnovers.
Adams' shot is good. Adams has got 6 points in the quarter.
A little bit of a defensive breakdown there. He's not the guy you want to leave open on the perimeter. You've got to stay attached to him.
And down it goes, jamming that one home.
It's hard to believe that he's a point guard. I mean, he can power those dunks down as well as any big man in the league.
If not better. He's a phenomenal finisher.
Enjoy seeing that kind of bounce out of that spot on the floor.
Here's Jay, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That's on Nikola Pekovic. For Dallas, they have shot 3 of 6 at the foul line.
Okay.
He misses the free throw. Anderson, he's checked in for Jordan Adams. And then for Seattle, Lee's checked in for Big Daddy. T comes in for Randall. And Trey Burke subbed in for Red Hot. And the second free throw, good. Seattle has gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. And the wide open shot from Pekovic. Off target with his 3.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Here's Capella and the powerful one-handed slam.
And guys, isn't it great to see a player who works that hard on the glass at both ends?
Well said, G. That's the way he has built, his reputation. Clark grinding away, 100% effort all the time.
And Kevin, all that effort pays off. How many of those spectacular putback jams do we see from this guy? A bunch.
Clarkson, he's checked in for Dallas.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Here's Trent. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. The 10-footer. And here's the fast break. Randall leading it all the way. Law misses. Trent. No luck. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Seattle ahead, just dominating this one. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. Quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. Dallas shooting a meager 37% for the game. They've got Clarkson. Anthony Bennett is out there with Anderson. Then it's Newman, and it's Capella in at the 5 spot. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. Cans the shot with nobody near him. Capella's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Mavs. Seattle has gotten a positive outcome on Newman, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
Timeout call.
Seattle calls timeout.
And, obviously, there's some things out there he does not like and wants to talk it over.
Well, Greg, you've played, and you envision yourself as a coach as well. So, sometimes you need to make some adjustments.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Caleb Canales said to the team. His message to them was all about getting high percentage shots and having the crisp ball movement on the perimeter that it takes to get those shots. Also, he said that he'd like them to operate quickly on offense, finding and taking shots early in the shot clock. Likely the final major changes to their game plan as they try to make a late comeback here in the fourth. Kevin, back to you.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for Seattle.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
They have, but you also can't overlook how well they defended the rim, as they've challenged every shot and also gotten quite a few blocks as well.
You could see it in his eyes. It became mano-mano. He wanted to return the favor with that 3, but just didn't get it to go.
Randall with the bucket.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
Here's Clarkson after the basket by Seattle. Knocked away. And pushing it up. Here's Seattle.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it, too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense. Reverberation throughout the entire building on that one.
It sure did. Up high and down hard on the windmill flush.
And how about the impact that's going to have on your team? You can imagine how much adrenaline starts to flow through the veins after that one. And, you can feel the desperation right now. They're starting to lose their composure offensively.
Yeah, it's palpable, Greg. I mean, clearly you can see the frustration. And it's understandable. I mean, right now they're on the wrong side of a big run.
Mavericks making a switch here. Waiters has checked in. And an intentional foul right there.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. Maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
A platoon swap here for Seattle. Now here's Bennett. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Jay. Got a hand on it. Here's Cherry. The rebound by Bennett. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here.
Cherry. Shooting 1.
Dallas has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Here's Newman. Shot to end this cold run, and that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. Mavericks making a switch here.
Blackwell. Parsons.
Well, look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Parsons outside. 6 on the shot clock. They set the screen. Lets it go from the wing. He squares up and sinks it.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Now the Mavericks moving it up. Here's Newman. Drops in the breakaway layup.
Newman.
For Seattle, they've gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the fourth quarter. That's good. And that's now 35 points for Red Hot.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
Knocks it loose. And they're pushing it up. And he takes that one up and powers it through. Now, Clark, that is just ridiculous.
Absolutely filthy. I don't
come
remember
on.
ever seeing a dunk like that in a game. I certainly can't remember the last time I saw
I tell
one.
you what, fellas, you might not see another one like that one for a while.
Here's Newman. And he wheels that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
And it's Seattle with the ball. Millar powered down with both hands.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Seattle.
You're right, Steve. It was a standout performance across the board. They were just at times see toying with.
Yeah, like watching a cat play with a mouse, Kevin, quite honestly. They were able to do more or less, whatever they wanted to do.
And so this will mark the 15th win of the year for them.
And guys, when you're cracking heads against somebody 4 times over the course of a season, boy, it's a great feeling to snatch that first game. Good adjustments tonight against the Mavericks.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Red Hot. He just looked like an orchestrator out there. His teammates kept running to the open spot, and he found them time and time again.
Here's Cherry. Parsons outside. Pass to Newman for the 3. Makes that one his 6th of the night, shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
Talk about doing a Rip Van Winkle on defense. Come on, guys, wake up. Why are they leaving him open at the three-point line? Come on.
Here's Jay. It's deflected. Pass to Cherry. Feeds it to Law. And he's good on the 3 ball.
This is a serious game-clinching run they're on.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just not backing off here. I mean, they're looking to close this one out in style. What a time to have this kind of serve. At least it looked as though it sounded like, we'll give you a 3, and then we'll take it right back.
Well, guys, they came in here and really took charge from the opening tip. This is, how about that for a response?
Well, it sounded as though
for a visiting team, this contest was played on their terms.
And, you know, that's not the way it usually works in the NBA. It's going to be a great win, and you know it's going to be a happy plane ride out of here for sure.
So no problem for Seattle as they get the win. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. And now time to send it over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the postgame show.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Ernie Johnson again, folks, alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Time now to take a quick peek at our Jordan Player of the Game. He had just an outstanding fourth-quarter performance. He really had the fire lit under him, and down the stretch, really having a huge impact on the outcome of this game.
There was nothing they could do to slow him down, Ernie. Man, you go into a building on the road and completely control the action like he did. Only a few players could do that, Ernie. I'm impressed.
Well, getting up over the 30-point barrier is never easy under any circumstances. He tore holes in the defense. They couldn't figure out what to do with him. Every play they ran for him, he executed it nearly perfectly.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.